So this is my first ever live stream, and I know this is really random, but I figured I'd get this done now. This is probably good to get you guys done later. I was gonna do this on my laptop, but as you guys know, that is currently messing up right now. I figured I'd do this live on my phone so I'd be able to get this done. With Tuesday tea, I've been alternating with the tea days between Tuesday and Thursday. So I just figured I'd just do an alternating days for Tuesday and Thursday since there's so much news going on. So I figured I'd get this out to you guys now. You might notice that I kind of rearranged my room. I moved the bed over and the desk, I switched spots. So this is basically it. Let's go into the tea today because I have to get this done because I have a bunch of stuff to do. I have to go to a meeting and I got Zumba, and then I got to get this whole homework done. It's life for college students. So anyway, I'm going to probably just do the top ones I have right now. So we're just going to go off of that. So coming off number 6, Wonder Woman 2 has been moved up an earlier release, but not that early. So originally Wonder Woman 2 was set to come out December 2019, and there was a shift with Star Wars. After the death of Carrie Fisher, they pushed their date from May to December of 2019. There was an instant panic because their date was set 1 week after Wonder Woman releases. Now, if you're a movie buff, you know that this is kind of going to murder their box office. So that's why they were smart enough to move it to November 1st, 2019. This is 6 weeks earlier. I honestly thought they're going to move it to January or maybe like February for like an open window. It would have been great because that's my birthday month. But I'm glad we're getting it a month early. I like it. Now, number 5. There possibly might be a Set It Off 2. I was on Instagram and I was going through the feed and I saw Tiana Taylor and her husband getting a reality show on VH1, and I clicked on the hashtag by accident and I saw her supposedly on set for Set It Off 2 that's supposed to come out next year, and it stars Mike Epps and T.I. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if it's a separate project, but y'all, I would not mind having a second Set It Off. And I'm just going to run through this I know it's not like I'm running through all these topics, but I'm trying to get to the top ones because these are the really like more in detail ones. So number 4. Oh yeah. Tyrese's lawyer quits and now he's representing himself in his custody case. The charges have been dropped. The child abuse charges have been dropped off of Tyrese, but his lawyer quit saying that basically Tyrese did not follow protocol. Basically, he was tired of him posting on social media, and he's just about done. Tyrese is going to represent himself, and I cannot wait to see how this goes. I know his wife's a lawyer, but I kind of like understand why she can't represent him because it's a conflict of interest. But Lord Jesus, y'all, this is like a spiral. I'm not trying to make fun of him, and honestly, I kind of lost the sympathy for him. I'm looking at a Charlie Sheen situation. Y'all remember when Charlie Sheen had his thing and basically he was just going off crazy. He got fired up to it off men, kept talking crazy, all these videos. I feel like this is Tyrese being Charlie Sheen right now. He blames his meltdown on drugs that he got over the counter from therapists. My personal thing is that Tyrese, you got to acknowledge that you have some issues. You got to acknowledge the fact that there are issues that you need to address. Go to an actual therapist and sort this out. Do not rely on prescriptions. I don't know what doctors you got, but you got to figure it out, homie. All right. Now, on to the next story. We have Meek Mill's judge being investigated by the FBI. Now, all of you guys know Meek Mill is being sentenced to 2 to 4 years in prison for violating probation. Now, a lot of us are very, very confused because the charges were dropped, and this is from a case from 10 years ago, and he basically popped wheelies. I saw this like very unjust immediately, and then the story came out today that his judge is being investigated because he has some tie-in to a rapper that was in Meek Mill's label circle in 2016, and he has some kind of like leverage on it. So the FBI is investigating this case, and this could possibly be an inside job with Meek Mill not wanting to take this guy on his label. I'm just like, this is some straight up mafia. This sounds like the mafia. Like, what is this? This is mob. Sounds like the mob. It really does. The level of power that rappers have in the court system now, I'm so confused. I was thinking Suge Knight is the baddest, man. But dang, these rappers going against rappers, man, it's just insane to even think about. Hopefully, they'll evaluate Meek Mill's case. Everybody's been tracking his case since 2016 because the judge had been having him in his eye, in his eye for a while. So apparently there's something. I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll get, as that story develops, we'll get into that. Then number 2, the baby news this week is crazy. I know I missed this last week, but Tia Mowry announced he's having baby number 2 for husband Corey. They have a 6-year-old son, Cree, and she's been public about her struggle to get pregnant with endometriosis. And I'm just happy for them that they're having another baby. And she's due in March, or I'm not sure. She looks about like 5 or 6 months, so she's due probably around like March or February, my best guess. But yeah, I'm happy for them. I know Tamara announced on the show she's had to be an auntie again. All the baby love. Not only that, this also leads to my another story. Jordin Sparks got married and she's having a baby. I didn't even know she had a new dude. I didn't even know. I looked on my phone this morning and saw just Jared's Insta story saying Jordin Sparks is married and is having a baby. I'm like, what? And the last time I checked, she was dating like Gemini. I was like, oh, okay, this is new. So Jordin met her husband Isaiah. I can't remember his name, guys. I'm sorry. She met him at the Super Bowl in Houston in February, but it didn't officially meet till March. Her parents set them up. He was moving out to LA. They instantly connected, and then basically they got married July, about 4 months later. And then a month after that, she found out she was pregnant. Now, at first when I heard the story, I was like, maybe this might be a way to hide the fact that there was a shotgun wedding. I'm not sure. But they are adamant that this happened. She got pregnant after they got married. And she is the most in love she's ever been. I know after Jason Derulo, it was really heartbreaking. Say the Gemini, that was a public mess. And I'm glad that she was able to keep this private. But dude, how do you keep a secret like that? That's crazy. She's like 5 months out in her pregnancy, but whoo, Lord. She's due in late spring, so I'm happy to see her happy. Now to the number 1 story. Y'all already know. I talked about this last night. This is about this One Tree Hill sexual harassment scandal. And y'all, I talk about this story because I grew up on One Tree Hill. Y'all, if you're a millennial, if you grew up in watching like old school CW, or if you grew up watching like any old school TV shows, if you have a Netflix account, you've seen One Tree Hill before they took it off this month. Y'all, let me just say that it's shocking to hear these stories, to hear this happening. The fact that they were so young and the people who were supposed to protect them basically was just like, keep quiet or we'll cancel the show. It just breaks my heart. So with that being said, Mark Schorn, basically the rundown of the story is that Mark Schorn is being accused by a showrunner, by a fellow writer of the show and her fellow employer, that he basically harassed them and several women on the cast and crew. And they've all come together in a joint statement that's in the link in my bio of my last video. Since then, majority of the male cast have come out, including Chad Michael Murray, James Lafferty, Lee Nicholson, Austin Nicholson. I'm pretty sure I confused the names. I meant Lee Norrison and Stephen Colletti. Honestly, this is a very touching thing. I think the millennials are now aware of what's going on because this is on a show that they love. Like, they grew up on. I grew up on the show, and it makes us more aware of the situation that's happening, not just in Hollywood, but like everywhere in every industry. And it's really crazy. I'm surprised that E hasn't covered the story, and I think that's because he has a show on there. He has The Royals, and I watched that show too. And they said that they're watching this investigation her like carefully. They haven't said if they're taking him off the show, but it is possible. They took Kevin Spacey off of House of Cards, and he made the show. So honestly, my prediction is that they're gonna address this, and they will honestly maybe take him off. They're gonna take him off, and I can just honestly say that even though you made the show, that doesn't mean you made the show. The cast and crew that put in their blood, sweat, and tears in that show for 9 years are the people that made the show. So hopefully, hopefully E will actually respond to this, even though it's their network. He has a show on the network. And I feel like they need to address this because this isn't something that you can just hide away. This is a 9-year secret that was kept under the rug for so long. Anyway, that is my Tuesday tea for today. This is an impromptu live, so basically you guys are going to watch this later when I'm done. Let me know what you guys think. I will give you guys heads up on the live streams when I get it all scheduled out. It's just been a crazy week so far. Anyway, it's your girl. Peace out and have a great day.